Good morning.
Oh, we're live.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to start the show. It's January 24th. Not that you guys really give a shit. And guess what? I'm back. I'm cursing. And you know what? I just want to give a big shout out to all my fans that said, hey, Kevin, be yourself and fucking curse. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Now, that brings us to our first subject of the day. Yes, it's back. Keyboard Cowboys. Dun, 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 dun.
This guy just seems to be a hate monger. Like, if you go to this guy's YouTube, if you go to his YouTube page, he's just slandering everyone.
Yeah.
I think he wished us both to die.
He did. He actually. Let's read this. Every night first of all, the guy's name is Big J 494.
That's BIGJAY
494. And he said, every night I log onto YouTube and I roam the videos just to kill some time. Recently, I discovered these two young men, Kevin and George. And every night before I go to bed, I pray to God. I pray that these two guys will die in a horrible, excruciating death and suffer the worst kind of pain.
Well, first off, I'm glad God's not listening to that kid. Second off, if anyone read the one comment about moving out of your mom's basement, that would be me, because at least you have a picture posted of yourself. I will give you that, because the majority of you asshats who talk shit, that's it. You're hit and run. You're like the person who hit him in his car. Yeah. You just hit and take off.
That's it.
At least this kid has a picture of himself, so we know how much of a fat slob he is.
But that's not going to be satisfying enough for me, George. No, Jorge. I am going to put a bounty on Big J 494's head. I'm going to put a fucking bounty on your head, okay?
You might want to clarify that before we got the FBI kicking in your front.
Oh, no, not yet. Not that kind of bounty, because I don't need nobody kicking my door and talking about it yet. No, we're talking about a verbal comment bounty contest. I want to see who can Joni, that's an urban word for crack, give a hard time.
Not smoking. That's another different urban word.
Give me the best crack on Big J 494. I want to see it.
You got your work cut out for you.
I want to see it on the comment board under this video. Who can rip him the biggest asshole? Who can do it? And then I'm going to give a shit. Now, I'm going to tell you what. Dust-O-Matic 1974. That's Dust-O-Matic 1974. He actually had a pretty good one. I went to your page to bust your balls, but I saw that you've already been severely punished by God genetically. I like shit like that. Dust-O-Matic 1974, I'm giving you a mad shout out. Now, moving on to sports, because that's what George and I do. NHL, right?
Yes, hockey. Us being local guys, and this being the only local team I cheer for, being the Caps.
The white boys talking about it.
Yeah. Because there's only like two of you in the league.
I know.
And I think you're related to them because you're all look-alike. Anyway, the Caps are playing out of their mind. They managed to beat the Penguins and the Coyotes in back-to-back games.
Okay.
I watched both. They look impressive. Now, if we head over to the West, where we're going to start, because you'll see it all tie in. The top four teams coming out of the West are San Jose with 78 points, Chicago with 74 points, Avalanche with 64, and Vancouver Canucks with 64.
The Canucks?
Yes. So those are your top four teams out of the West. Now, let's travel across the coast.
To the East.
You have the Caps in first with 72 points.
Who are on fire.
And Ovi's nasty.
He's Ovi. No, but Seaman is too.
Seaman. His name is not Seaman.
I hope James doesn't
Seaman
put a
is
fucking
nasty.
graphic of a fucking nut busted on your head.
I didn't make the mistake. You're the one who called the man Seaman. His name's Seaman. Sweet Jesus. Anyway, the second place team is New Jersey with 69 points. Buffalo Sabres have 67 points, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are in fourth with 63. Now I'm shocked that at least.
What are you shocked though?
Now at least the Buffalo team doesn't have to cheer for the Bills. They can cheer for the Sabres.
Yeah.
And the New Jersey, because I know you're not cheering for your basketball team, at least you can cheer for your hockey team, because your basketball team is...
You still have the Jersey Shore. You watch that show, don't you?
Oh, dude, the Jersey Shore is over.
Are you all right? Sorry, man. Should I unload all the...
I'm sure all you folks up in Seaside Heights and the rest of you Guidos and Guidettes are glad it's over. But those group of idiots are the most entertaining thing on TV.
Oh, people love that.
I love those.
I don't get a chance to watch it. But
Snickers, Snookies, Snockums.
I will say something. I will touch on something. Moving on to the NBA, you said something about the Nets.
They can't even get the ball in the net.
You know, I knew the Nets were bad when they were at the beginning of the season, where they hadn't won a game, and everybody's talking about this streak and stuff. And then they won a game, and everybody forgot about those motherfuckers. But then when I went back to the standings and I looked, and I saw that the New Jersey Nets are 3-40. Damn, that shit is straight fucking doo. doo-doo, son. I mean, 3-40. Do you know? I'm going to tell you what right now. They're at the halfway point. They're past the halfway point. One game over the halfway point of the season. They are on record to having the worst record ever in the NBA because the 72, 73, 76ers record was 9-73. Those motherfuckers won 9 games. These guys have only won 3 games.
They're projected to win 6 games.
That's terrible.
Now, here's the
Put
thing.
that up there, James. Terrible. Turrble.
Now, here's my thing. Are they playing horrible because they're supposed to move into Brooklyn, and then the idea of them going after all these free agents? Who wants to go play for a team that might win less than 10 games? I'm not going. I'm not rebuilding. I want to win a championship. I'm not trying to rebuild the city one brick at a time.
They're just, I mean, it's 3-40.
Horrible.
That shit is just terrible.
And here's another thing that's horrible.
Okay.
Blake Griffin, done for the year.
Yeah.
Last year was Lamar Odom. I mean, not Lamar. Jesus, God. Not Lamar Odom. Greg Oden.
Why you want to fuck up the Lakers, man? They ain't never done that.
Greg Oden. Greg Oden can't stay healthy. He's done again.
The team is cursed, man. You know they're cursed, right?
The Blazers?
The Clippers.
Oh, I'm talking about the
First
Blazers.
of all, they don't even need to
all
be
these
No,
top rookies are dropping like flies.
The Clippers are cursed. I'm going to tell you guys the Clippers are cursed because the owner's fucked up. Even as Phil Jackson. Yeah, man, he was denying black folks and Hispanics and everybody jobs. He got cursed.
Wait. How could you deny Hispanics jobs when you're basically in Mexico of the West Coast?
Yeah, he was doing that shit, and he got cursed. That's what the rumor is, okay?
That's dumb.
Yeah. He got cursed. He got some bad karma.
So who are the top teams right now in the NBA?
Well, if you look on the eastern side, obviously the Cavaliers are just looking.
Don't even get me started on that shit because this is the same shit that happened last year with Cleveland. They looked great in the regular season, and then Harry Houdini showed up and took away both guards.
Houdini, right?
Shorty, Mo Williams is hurt. Delonte West came back, but let me tell you, you guys play great in the regular season. If Cleveland doesn't go after a proven point guard, the same thing's going to happen. They're going to show up in the playoffs, and they're not going to figure out what to do.
And you're right about that. Cleveland, I mean, obviously I'm a little bitter, and a lot of people are digging up in my shit because they swept the Lakers this season. But you know what, man? It's just like they said. It's just another fucking game. The bottom line is it matters in playoffs. They've got to get past everybody in the East. The Celtics look strong, but they've been just riddled with injuries the whole year. I mean, Garnett's been hurt. This person's been hurt. And then you have Atlanta, who's looked really strong. Oof. I think Atlanta seriously could be capable of beating any of these teams if they were on a good run.
Atlanta gives Cleveland a fit in the playoffs.
Yeah, they do. Orlando is up there. They're sitting in the 4th spot in the conference standings. I just don't think Orlando is the same team without Turkoglu. That's just my personal opinion. Then you round it out with Miami, Toronto, Charlotte, and Chicago. Now in the West, you got the Lakers sitting at the top. They look strong in the West, but Denver's starting to come back. Yeah, Denver had some injuries. Melo was hurt.
Portland's winning without
Chauncey.
Greatest name ever.
George's favorite urban brother name.
Love that.
And then Portland has managed to be in the 4th spot in the conference standing. And they just have everybody's been hurt, man. They're just a well-coached team.
Can you imagine if they had taken somebody else in that draft besides Oden? Somebody who could have actually played?
Oh, they would be nasty. I mean, they're nasty as shit. But you're looking at the Lakers in the top, Denver, Dallas, Portland, San Antonio, Utah, Phoenix, and then Houston. And that's it. That's where it stands right now. A little bit past the halfway point. Obviously, we get more into detail with the NBA as the season rolls around. NCAA hoops.
Kentucky will be your new number 1. I think they have a great chance. Oh, and back to that. Can you imagine if Portland took Kevin Durant? If Portland takes Kevin Durant, oh my God. Or even Connolly Jr.
Because look at Oklahoma with Durant, and that's pretty much the only, really, I mean, they got Durant. Did they have West? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, they look great.
On to college basketball, as Kevin was saying. This kid out of Kentucky is the one who LeBron and everyone in the NBA is endorsing. Yeah, one and done. Mm-hmm. Kentucky's undefeated. They're 18-0, something like
18-0,
that.
18-0, maybe 19-0.
They're nasty.
The other big powerhouses obviously was Texas. Texas just got handed their second loss in a row to UConn, who has been struggling. So that would but the Big East is stacked. I mean, you've got Pitt, Georgetown, Villanova, UConn, Syracuse. There's just a million players. Marquette in the Big East. That looks like the strongest conference in NCAA basketball this year.
You're going to say NBA.
I know I was going to say NBA. On the ACC side, it's crazy because North Carolina. What's up with your boys, man?
They look horrible.
I mean, they look like
mierda. Yeah, they look like some pure butt.
Yeah, they look
the
like
ACC
hot shit.
Appears to be weak. I mean, they have one team in the top 10.
Yeah,
and after that, it's Clemson at 17, who just lost to Duke, and then
who did
North Carolina's 24.
Maryland beat last night?
Maryland doesn't even play basketball.
See, he says that because he don't keep on shit, but he doesn't realize that Maryland's 3-1 in ACC. They're sitting at top of the ACC with Virginia. Hello. Did you know that? Maryland is at the top of the ACC, son. You need to do your studies. You need to just open up that laptop.
That and 50 cents will get you a cup of coffee. I don't give a fuck.
It's not 50. It's 50 cents.
I don't care what Maryland does. Maryland could win the national title, and I'm going to tell you they don't have a team.
They did that shit in 2002.
Yeah, that's the last time Gary Williams was worth a damn. He might be a great coach, but he can't recruit his way out of a fucking paper bag.
Just push your refresh button.
Yeah, but he needs to refresh his contract.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
Now.
They ought to fire his sorry ass.
There's not much fighting news going on.
The one piece of news is Bobby Lashley now has a new opponent. He's fighting Wes Sims. For all you people who saw The Ultimate Fighter, are you happy I didn't call it Tough Enough? Mm-hmm. The Ultimate Fighter, Wes Sims was a big, tall, goofy bastard who got wrecked on the ground.
Right. Also, what's going on with Tough? They're starting
actually,
to film.
the filming already started. I was in contact with a friend to let me know that on Chuck Liddell's side, it's Chuck Liddell, his trainer John Hackelman, and Jake Shields. I don't know the rest of the team, but it should be entertaining. They started filming. The UFC has started opening their own gyms, which is going to be interesting because that will be interesting unto itself, because if it's just a gym with a whole bunch of UFC padding and labels, then okay, cool, good luck.
Right.
But if it's more catered to the MMA fighter with real MMA trainers, that would be neat.
Yeah, that could
I don't know if it'll ever make it all the way over here.
Yeah.
But, we'll see.
Now, other big things are going on. Obviously, the NFC and AFC championship game are today. By the time you see this, we will already know who is going to be in the Super Bowl.
Pretty much Colts and Vikings.
Yeah, and that's what I think what everybody wants to see, because they want to see Favre versus Manning, which could be a great shootout.
To me, you have the guy who has all the records versus the guy who's probably going to break all the records.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Favre versus Manning. Now, to be a Cinderella spoiler, I would love to see not only the Jets beat the Colts, but win the Super Bowl.
That would be neat.
That would be cool.
And it is definitely a mimic of back when Joe Namath did it, because they played the Colts. The Colts had Unitas. They had a young quarterback named Namath. The Colts now have Manning, and they have a young quarterback named Sanchez.
Yeah, I don't think Dirty's going to go out there and say shit about beating the Colts. He ain't making that guarantee.
You are so funny. Mark Sanchez, not Dirty Sanchez, man. Get your mind out of porn. You know what I mean? Speaking of dirty things and stuff, not dirty actually, but crazy. Wimbledon is not Wimbledon. The Australian Open is going on right now, and
the biggest story coming out of that is whether Venus Williams is wearing underwear.
I think that was prior to that, but
whatever. People
are saying that she doesn't wear underwear because there's a shot apparently out there on the internet where she's bending over and it looks like her rear end is exposed. Now it's just her undergarment. It's flex tone.
And she says she's wearing it the same color as her skin. And
yeah.
Dang, it's like charcoal.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that to you, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I mean, if you guys want to see
some Heine
Venus's butt, not that it's a real butt, but just Google the internet. Now, that ought to wrap it up. Google the internet.
If you typed internet into Google, what do you get?
Yeah.
The end of the show.
I